Let me show you what's going on, man. So let me zoom out so y'all can actually see. Look at this junk, man. You know, like the king size bed in the middle of the room, like overlooking the ocean and the boats, man.
Hi guys, so I just realized today that Passport Pro, the whole movement, is a scam, and I will explain. First, what do Passport Bros tell their followers? They tell them not to bring, they tell them to go abroad, marry or date a woman, find a girlfriend or a wife, and do not bring her here. Because if you bring her here to America, she would be just a modern woman, and she will not be the submissive, friendly woman that you married abroad. Um, like yeah, this guy has like a 16 minutes video telling anecdotes of black men who went abroad, married a woman and brought her here, and how America destroyed the woman, and she became like the woman became a modern, and she was not submissive to her husband any longer.
And why you, if you are a passport bro, why you should not bring your foreign wife back to the United States. There is a guy that I knew. When he brought his foreign wife back, for years, they had a beautiful relationship. For years, she had a number of children for him. For years, she cooked. For years, she cleaned. She took care of the children. She took care of the house. She took care of the husband. And the traditional role today was the wife came to the husband and said, hey, she wanted to work. The man found out that when his wife was going to work, other women were talking in her ear. Other women were talking in her ear. Other women were talking in her ear. And she was coming back because of what was being told to her from the women that were on her job. And he asked her, what's the problem? What's the problem with you with this attitude all of a sudden? And so his wife was like, I sat up here and had all these babies. I didn't need to have all these babies. And so he's looking at her. He's like, I only probably need to have 1 or 2 babies. And I had all these babies for you. And then she was like, and also too, I could take half.
And then this guy, this old guy, was talking about how Tyrone and Chad will take your woman away if you bring her here.
Because I see a lot of guys, they're bringing their girlfriends from the Philippines to the USA, where competition is so fierce that they might just lose their girl to Chad and Tyrone. Now, this is what I've been hearing a lot of passport bros and other men bringing women back over to this country. They find out the hard way, man. Boy, they think that because this female is giving them some good loving, some good sex in that country, that when she get over here, she gonna be doing the same thing. Bruh, if only you knew about Chad and Tyrone. Chad and Tyrone will be effing your girl if you bring her back to the U.S., bro.
Like, he's talking about 60-year-olds, 50-year-olds who go to Philippines and all those poor countries and marry a young woman and bring her here. And of course, he says, young women want young men. And so when she gets here, she's going to go to the young, good-looking men. And I'm like, you don't find that, I'm like, it is gross, right? For a man to, he's basically saying he's a predator, right? And I'm like, like these men are like, it's gross anyways. But he's saying, basically, he's saying, don't bring her here because she's young. Why are you going abroad and marrying a woman half your age? And yeah, anyways, I don't think he sees anything wrong with what he's saying. I mean, I think the fact that he thinks the only thing wrong with the story he's telling is a young woman running away with young men, not the fact that a retiree is going abroad and marrying a woman young enough to be his granddaughter. I mean, he doesn't see anything wrong with that. But anyways, but he's telling them, not to bring her here because she's going to leave them for a younger, good-looking guy. So yeah, the passport pro leaders tell their followers not to bring the women they marry here, not to bring the women they marry abroad, not to bring them back to America. So yes, I mean the reason might be different reasons, but don't bring them here. She will either leave you to a younger good-looking guy, or she would become independent. She would start making her own money, and she will leave you. So keep her there, right? Live with her there. Move there. Not don't move her here. You move there. But here is the thing: if you are going to be living in poor countries, you cannot find a job, or if you find a job, it's going to pay well, right? You are just going to be making what the local men are making, and if you are going to be making the same thing the local men make, what is the advantage you have? What is the advantage a woman has in marrying you? Why should she marry you? So you have to be continuing to make American money. So how do you live in foreign lands, in poor countries, and still continue to make American money, continue to make American wages? Of course, what they tell their followers is to get remote jobs from American companies, meaning you get a job from an American company, a job that you can do anywhere in the world, basically a job you can do through the internet. And those jobs, like the way they describe them, you would think that those jobs are all over the place. All you have to do is just look and one would pop up. In reality, that is not true. Those jobs usually are computer engineering, IT jobs, and they are very hard to find. And the other thing is, of course, there are people in Philippines, India, doing those same jobs, competing for those same jobs, for those same IT jobs. And the people in India, the people in Philippines are going to work those jobs for a much, much less wage. So they are going to outcompete you. Not only that, it's more likely that the people, the Indians, the Filipinos doing those jobs are more likely to be more educated, more skilled than you are. So not only are they willing to do the job for less, but they are also way more qualified than you are. So that means, it is very hard for Americans to get this job. The Passport Pro leaders make it look like, being a digital nomad is so easy. All you have to do is just, look for a job you like, a remote job you like, and one will pop out. But but it's a lie, and they're selling this lie to their followers. But here is the thing: no, I have not seen one single Passport Pro leader making money through remote jobs, making money through IT jobs, and supporting himself that way. They are telling their followers that they could be a passport pro by doing remote jobs, the remote IT jobs, and all kinds of remote jobs, but they themselves are not doing it. The way these leaders of passport pros are able to afford a luxury life in all those poor countries is by selling dreams to their followers. They are not doing what they are telling their followers to do. They are not getting remote jobs. Instead, they are making money by by selling courses to educate their followers on how to become a passport bros. By there is a passport bro that I forgot what his name is, but he charges he charges his followers to give them list of remote jobs, and I'm like, if those remote jobs are all over the place, why aren't you getting one? But how he is making money is by selling those kind of things to his followers. Basically, the passport bro leaders are making money by selling lies, and that is what a pyramid scheme is, right? Like in pyramid schemes, you have a person claiming that they are already a millionaire, or rich people somehow, and they claim that they became rich by doing this, or maybe they became rich by selling some ridiculous, useless item, like a postcard, and they tell you that they could teach you how to be millionaire like them, how to sell this useless product and make millions from that. But in reality, that's not how they are becoming millionaire, right? They are not becoming millionaires by selling useless stuff like postcards or whatever other stuff they claim is making them millions. It is by convincing you they are already millionaires, and by convincing you that they could teach you how to be a millionaire like them. And that is how pyramid schemes work, and that is what passport bros are too. Passport bros leaders are. They are telling, they are making money. I don't know if they are rich, but they're rich enough to to stay in this kind of hotels and places. They are making money. They are supporting their semi-luxurious life by selling dreams to the the people on the bottom. And the people on the bottom are they are paying money. They are watching their videos on YouTube to support which makes money to the leaders. And and that for me is a pyramid scheme, because the leaders are not making money the way they tell you to make money. They are not making money through from IT jobs. They are making money from telling you how to make money. And that is what a pyramid scheme is. That is what MLM is, right? Because the way they are telling you to make money is not the way they are making money. The way they are telling you to support your passport broing life is not the way they are supporting their passport broing life, right? They are not. They are supporting their passport broism by telling you how to do passport broness, passport broing, or whatever. So that is what MLM and pyramid schemes are. And passport bro, the movement, is a pyramid scheme. And the thing is, I think a lot of the passport bros are little by little realizing that what their leaders are telling them is a pie in the sky. It's not reality. A lot of them are going to abroad and unable to support their life there with what they make, and a lot of them, there was this viral video of a passport bro who got stuck in Dominican Republic because he couldn't even afford the money for the return flight. And that is going to happen more and more. And mind you, the YouTube channels are not remote jobs, right? Because your success on YouTube doesn't depend on the skill set you have, right? You could be the most talented person in the world and still not succeed in YouTube. YouTube is it's almost like a show, right? And it's luck whether you will succeed or not. And of course, very few people on the bottom rank of the passport bro believe that they could support their life abroad by being YouTubers, right? Because it is very hard to succeed as a YouTuber. And of course, unless you are a child, you wouldn't think that you could you could, you could go abroad and marry a woman and support a whole family by being a YouTuber. Because if that is what you think, that's also a lie that is being sold to you. Because if you think you are going to be a successful YouTuber because you see the passport bureau leaders being successful, that is a lie being sold to you, because it is extremely difficult to be successful in YouTube. It's like 90% of the channels do not even never get more than never get 1,000 or more followers, and the amount you get paid per view is, I mean, it's ridiculously low, that it is almost difficult to make a living being a YouTube creator. So that could, I mean, if you are planning to to go abroad, marry a woman and live there, and your only income is going to be what you would make from YouTube, you're delusional. It's not going to work. And if this delusion, and I think this delusion might be being sold to you by the passport pro leaders, because you see them successful, being successful on YouTube, and you think you could replicate their success, and they are selling that dream to you, right? But their success comes from you believing that you could be like them. And so they're selling lies, and you buying the lie is making them more successful. So yeah, it is a pyramid scheme. It is an MLM, and I don't even think it will last too long, because I see so many people waking up, realizing that they cannot do what the leaders tell them they could, and I don't think this passport pro thing would last too long. Thank you. Bye bye. This postscript. So I had posted a comment on my community wall saying that, I just realized that passport voting is a pyramid / multi-level marketing scam. And someone replied with, I take it you never heard of stock market trading. Anyone can do this job remotely. And no, and you could actually Google it, and the answer is no. And the reason is, they say, is that the way you make money in the stock market is basically investing your money and leaving it, not touching it. I mean, if you are going to do that, you cannot earn regular income, right? You cannot you cannot use the income you earn to live off, right? Because you're supposed to just live, to not touch the money. So you cannot earn money from the stock market. And daily, I think he's talking about day trading. You buy and sell the same day, and then you take the profit. But that is very risky, and very few people succeed in that trading. I think you need to have a lot of money to be able to be successful in day trading, and that is another scheme being sold, right, by passport pro leaders, that they tell you, you could make money from the stock market by using their secret. But if that was the case, they would have made money themselves that way. They're not doing that. And I have also seen passport pro leaders selling crypto, which is another scam. And people lost close to $3 billion on the crypto crash, right? And they said most of the people that lost money in the crypto crash were small-time lenders, small-time investors, people who invest like $1,000, $500, like poor people, which is probably what a lot of the passport pro the people on the bottom, they're probably, that's how much money they have in their savings. So no, you cannot use the stock market as a source of income.